Yes, it started. Welcome everybody to another voice. And here is one of the most beautiful other voices I know. Another gorgeous voice. And this is Portia Winters with her son, my goddess son Indigo. And we're going to be talking and singing and we're improvising. We have no idea. Look what you started, our little Indigo. Aren't we lucky? We're so lucky because the thing is, we were talking about this earlier when we were with Oren Marshall, who runs an amazing music project for families, you know, with babies and toddlers. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And we're talking about how, you know, creativity is a birthright and we are all spontaneously creative, whether that be every painting in a primary school, which you go, wow, that's all amazing. Every single one, the sounds in a playground.
Yeah.
You know, and then somewhere along the line we're told that's not the right colour for the sky, that's not a proper musical note, and you know, and we sort of lose that. It's almost like we have to re-find it, and it's so lovely when you can see children just being affirmed in that creativity, in that spontaneity.
Yeah, yeah, and being an Indigo, kind of requiring that spontaneity from me as his mum as we spend all our days together. I've got no choice other than to kind of to tap back into improvising and sound making, and you know, otherwise I'd have to keep learning new nursery rhymes and making sure I got the words right.
Yeah. I love that. That wasn't that beautiful that you were actually reflecting his essence rather than imposing these songs on him, which are great songs. It's not like that, you know, you can't learn songs. I know you and me both love singing songs.
Yeah.
However, when that becomes a dominant way of music making and that everything else is not seen as legitimate, it's just seen as sort of as if sound is somehow kind of inferior as you know, when sound is where all songs come from. Without sound there would be no effing songs.
There would be no effing songs.
Oh, I know. I love. Oh, it's like I was talking, I think, with you before about this very inspiring person called Zach Bush that I mentioned on another one of my wee broadcasts, and somebody who interviewed him said he was this mix of doomsday and unbridled optimism. And my unbridled optimism is if we can parent in a different way. And I think, you know, it's wonderful to see younger generations coming up and the sort of some of the mistakes we've made, you know, not being repeated, because I know a lot of us thought, well, I'm never going to do that. For example, you know, every time my mum or dad or stepfather called me selfish, I thought, I'm never ever going to say that to any child of mine. Of course, and then years later I can, you're selfish. I think, oh God, you know. So it is brilliant, you know, that we can, that, you know, that chain can be broken, and then we can realise there are certain things that we don't actually, that we can trust. That, you know, our children, our babies can teach us.
Yeah, there's a real paradox in it with they're our teachers and we're their teachers.
Yes, exactly. We're learning, like you were saying earlier, you are guided by him, and then but your experience doesn't count for nothing, because if we use our experience wisely and with love and respect for the young beings, then that's very different from whether we're thinking, well, we're right, we're supposed to dominate, you've got to do as I say.
So I suppose what we know about is how to be in the world and survive in the world, stay alive, and have the kind of have the confidence to be in the difficult, contradictory world. I want to make everything so sweet and lovely. It's like Oren said the other day, actually. He doesn't want to only play sweet and lovely sounds for the children, because that's not what reality is like. They need to be able to deal with it. So I can offer him that. I can offer him being in the world wisdom, and he can remind me, a reminder. They remind us. Every generation is a new reminder back to the source, the great mystery, as Luke calls it, who I spoke about earlier on. The great mystery. He's got. It's like he knows everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
Yeah. On an intuitive level, because I remember once when I was in the Workers' Revolutionary Party, it's that thing of like each generation is born at a different point in the evolution of the universe.
Yeah.
So they are at the cutting edge. They're reflecting something more advanced than we are, but we have the wisdom of lived experience, and it's that combination of the latest information in nature and in the universe that we reflect, that each new generation reflects, and our lived experience, and somehow finding a way of connecting those things is magic.
Yeah.
That's why diversity is so important, and nature needs biodiversity. And I was realizing that we need that social biodiversity. That's what makes us sustainable. Okay. Otherwise, if we're always sort of just like, whoa. I just realised you got that picture of me, Alice, didn't I? That's weird. Oh, but it's so like,
It's a little Maggie and a big Maggie.
It's so lovely to be visiting Portia and my goddess son Indigo. It's just magic. It's just lovely to be here, and it was wonderful to be in the park with with Oren and the families. It was just magic. So, I mean, I'm actually quite happy to actually just. That is quite a nice wee section we've done there. So we'll just say a temporary goodbye. I might record something else, but I'm so blessed to be this beautiful being's goddess mother, and to have this wonderful friend and musical comrade, Portia Winters.
I'm honoured.
It's just amazing. So lots of love to everybody.
Maybe
and
we'll come back and I'll ask you more about biodiversity.
Definitely.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, we'll talk more. So lots and lots of love. Could you press stop?
Bye.